I wanted to see if I could get any useful power out of a small wind turbine. It was very small. This one is 60 millimeters in diameter and 60 millimeters between the caps. And the idea was to try to at least get an LED to light. So we'll see if it works. That worked out pretty nice. This is my winding fixture. I've got two parts. I'll just line up this hole. That's where I put a stick in there to turn it. Then I use some number 4 screws to screw the two halves together. It has a few little indents that match here, and that just keeps the wire from wedging in between the two halves. And then I just have some 28 or 38 gauge wire here. I used 362 turns of 38 gauge wire to make this coil. Okay, I'm just going to hold the wires together a little bit. This is some super glue. So just let some soak into the wires there. Then I've got some 70% alcohol. Let's give it a little spritz. Hopefully that will let it set up quickly. This 38 gauge wire is pretty hard to see. Okay, then once I've got that where I want it, just making sure it's all below the upper surface there. And I just take a little baking soda and just fill up the space here. It's all down. This is a little close to the top, but oh well. I think it'll be alright. So once I've got some baking soda filling in the areas there, just take a little super glue. Soak in. I just want to make sure it doesn't form a blob on the top. So I sort of spread it around. There. Can always use another little spritz when it's hardened up. But anyway, that's how I'm holding this wire in. I've got the two ends of my coil here. They're gonna go into this hole here, and then I'm going to put an LED in and solder that up. Here's the coil finished. There's the LED. I wrapped the ends of the coil around the leads of the LED and then packed in some baking soda and some CA adhesive. So I just have to push the shaft in here and give it a whirl, see if the LED will light up. Okay, I've pushed in a 2mm shaft, 80mm long. This is stainless steel, and there's just a small washer, 2mm washer there. The rotor has a bronze bushing here. This is 6mm long, and on the top, can't see it because it's covered up, but there's a small ball bearing on these 2mm ball bearings that's located in the top here underneath this cap. I've got 16 8mm diameter by 3mm long magnets of altering polarity going around there. Okay, the rotor just slips onto the shaft. Okay. Alright. So then can just blow on that and hopefully that will spin, make the light light up. Let's see if I can do that. Alright, appears to be working.